Hey everyone, this is Path. With there being over 70 functional weapons in the game and more being added each month, there have been some interesting metas over the past seasons. It is pretty safe to say, though, that the meta this season has stabilized quite a bit, with it being in a relatively balanced state compared to some other past metas. There are quite a few weapons that are viable in rank play, or excelling in their respective playstyles. In this video, we'll be covering the meta weapons in a new format, the per role meta, where we will be discussing the guns according to which playstyle they are the most viable in. They will be broadly categorized into three distinct playstyles, namely the Slayer/OBJ, the Flex/Support, and the main AR. We'll be discussing only these three roles and not any specialized playstyles, as they require a video of their own. Let's start with Slayer/OBJ. Okay, the first one that comes to mind is the CBR4. This gun needs no introduction, being on top ever since it was released over 1.5 years back. It can be summarized as the most versatile SMG with high magazine capacity, good damage over range, enough bullet spread accuracy, and taper, solid strafing speed, and easy recoil. Even after all the nerfs it has received since release, it still remains an extremely formidable weapon in the hands of even the lowest skilled players. For the build, we would recommend increasing its bullet spread accuracy and range to make it even more versatile at longer ranges. Up next is the Switchblade X9, which is effectively a more aggressive CBR4 with higher mobility, but worse damage range, bullet spread accuracy, taper, making it less versatile. It also has worse multipliers, but however has an easier to achieve 4-shot kill by needing just one upper body shot. It also benefits from having a really clean iron sights, one of the least obstructive in the category, which makes it hitting shots easy even at slightly longer distances. For the build, we would mainly recommend focusing on increasing the bullet spread accuracy. Next, let's talk about the QQ9. After getting a buff last season, it can be considered a great alternative to the Switchblade. It boasts a more consistent 4-shot kill at the cost of having rougher recoil and slightly worse flinch, which can be fixed with toughness, but that would mean sacrificing gung-ho or quick fix. It also has worse bullet spread accuracy and taper than the Switchblade X9, making it even less effective at range. The QQ9 also has one of the best sprint to fire times in the game, making it one of the best weapons to rush enemies with. As for the build, we would recommend boosting its range and ADS speed. The Fennec comes next. It has unparalleled close range time to kill, but the damage over range leaves the user with much to be desired. The flinch is horrible, and the low magazine size coupled with the second highest rate of fire in the game, and the high vertical kick makes it difficult to be used outside of closer ranges. It is however still the best pick for aggressive players or players trying to break or hold objectives. For the build, we will recommend making the recoil more controllable and boosting range. The last weapon in the category would be the R90 shotgun. It has less range than the SMGs, but its one-shot kill potential and even a very quick 2-shot burst cannot be beat within its prime ranges. You can literally sit in a hill and just point and click, winning nearly every gunfight that comes your way. It really doesn't work well in larger maps, but given how strong it is in smaller maps such as Summit, or tight hills in larger maps such as Kitchen in Raid, it is a force to be reckoned with. The build to use mainly focuses on increasing bullet spread accuracy and range to maximize its effectiveness. On to the honorable mention for this category, we have the OTS-9. It is the newest weapon to be added to the game and performs similar to the QQ9 and the Switchblade X9. It is a fast-firing gun with good multipliers and very good mobility, but held back by bullet spread accuracy and bullet velocity, compared to both the QQ9 and the Switchblade X9. For the build, we will focus on increasing its close-range capabilities and boosting the bullet velocity. We have posted a dedicated video for this weapon, which will be in the cards. Check it out for an in-depth analysis on the weapon. Moving on to the next role, which is Flex/Support. For Flex and Support, the two dominant weapons for this are the CBR4 and the Crick 6. The CBR4 needs no further mention, so we'll be just focusing on the Crick, being one of, if not the most versatile gun in the game. Even after the recent nerf to the ADS speed of the firm grip tape, the ADS speed is fast enough to compete in closer range skirmishes, along with the Crick's 3-shot potential, which is very strong, although it does require one headshot. Crick also has a very good bullet spread accuracy and damage over range, which can beat the CBR with 4 shots at mid-range, while also having very good flinch, making it one of the best choices for mid-ranges. For the build, we will focus on increasing its mobility and also boosting the bullet velocity and range. Like the OTS, the HVK-30 is another weapon that has very good stats, but is missing just enough to keep it out of the main list. The HVK-30 has uncontested damage, having the ability to not only 3-shot kill, but a 2-shot with 2 headshots in the initial range, giving it the fastest time to kill in the entire game. Paired with low recoil, good bullet spread accuracy, and great damage over range, this gun is an incredible pick for a flex playstyle. However, the HVK is held back by its low magazine size with only 29 bullets when paired with a large caliber magazine, which unfortunately is a must-have attachment for the weapon. As for the build, apart from the large caliber magazine, we would increase the ADS speed and damage range. Moving on to the last role, the main AR role, we again have quite a few options to choose from. Our first mention would be the Kilo 141, one of the few weapons which has been meta ever since its introduction. It has gone through a flurry of changes in its life cycle, and as it stands right now, it has good damage over range, really solid bullet spread accuracy and taper, relatively easy recoil, and also a faster fire rate than the upcoming LK24, which makes it less punishing at range. For the build, we will increase its long-range capabilities by increasing its range and bullet spread accuracy. Now talking about the Kilo's main contender, the LK24. It is a really easy-to-use weapon with barely any recoil, one of the best flinch attributes, and better bullet spread accuracy than the Kilo 141, while having a 3-shot kill potential in the first range, which makes it a great weapon in the right hands. It has moderate fire rate at 630 rounds per minute, which can be slightly punishing to use, and the base iron sights aren't that great either, which makes using an optic a necessity unless you have a blueprint with cleaner iron sights. As for the build, we will recommend boosting its range and mobility. Moving on, let's talk about a dark horse. Not much has been said about this weapon, but the UR736, which has been buffed recently, has proven to work exceptionally well for the main AR role. It has easy to control recoil, a potential 3-shot kill till more than 30 meters, with a 4-shot kill up to 45 meters, and high mobility for light machine guns, with a faster ADS time than the Holger 26. It's a little slower compared to the rest of the guns on the list, but it still has a very competitive time to kill for main ARs, proving to be a great counter to the other weapons on the list. The faster ADS speed also allows for a better skirmish time to kill than its main contender, the Holger 26. For the build, we would recommend focusing on increasing its magazine capacity and long-range capabilities. On to the last weapon of this list, the Holger 26, which has been one of the best weapons to use since its release, following the likes of the CBR4. This is a stupidly easy weapon to use with a fast fire rate, an ADS movement speed that's on par with some SMGs, with a 100-round base magazine. It has decent bullet spread accuracy, also boasting one of the best tapers of all the guns on the list. One major downside of the weapon, however, would be its iron sights, which shakes a lot and is rather obstructive, thus making optics a necessity unless you have the Mythic or any other blueprint with cleaner iron sights. For the build, we would boost its mobility and ADS speed. You can't really have a Top Guns list without at least mentioning the SKS. This semi-auto marksman rifle has been a gun with some of the best potential in the game. It can one headshot kill at any range and can be one of the best guns in the game in the hands of a great player. For a more thorough explanation of the SKS, we recommend watching our marksman analysis video. As for the build, we would mainly focus on decreasing its flinch, as mythic shots can be quite punishing. But if you see somebody using the SKS in rank, most likely he's good at it, and you should be very terrified of going up against it at range. That will be all for this video. If you enjoyed, please drop a like and subscribe to be notified of future videos. See you on the next one. Going dark.